and welcome to our Tuesday at 2 live. I want to introduce myself because I'm sure that many of you are following this account because you know who I am, but just in case you don't, my name is Bethany Shipley and I'm in Young Living. I've been in Young Living for, let's say, 6.5 years now. And I almost went inactive. I almost was an inactive member because I did not order oils for almost a full year. I had decided the oils did not work. I had just decided that they, didn't have that miracle story that like when I put one drop on that I was miraculously cured. And so I put them on the shelf and I continued burning my candles. And it wasn't until a few months later when I realized like I had some significant issues that I needed to deal with and ended up using oils on my newborn son, having a really crazy testimony. Like within a minute of applying lavender, I saw his kidneys be supported. And that was part of my flip the switch moment. And I know we all have those flip the switch moments and it's just so cool. So welcome you guys, welcome. So if you're just joining in here, this is a fun time that I put in my calendar every week for 30 minutes to come in and chat business with you about specifically Young Living and how to maximize your growth in Young Living. And so I have had a bit of a weird week and I've not gone through my messages on my personal page or on this. I just went through the messages right before this video on this page, on this account. And I only have one question today. So if you have business questions or you have topics that you want to talk about, drop them in the questions box. Let's make sure I know how to do that. Yep. Okay. So, questions box. And literally there is no stupid question. There's no such thing as a stupid question. If you have a question or a thought or an idea, please feel free to share it. Okay. So the first question and only question that I got down before this video is from, and I just saw her name pop on, and I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, so I'm sorry if it's Therese Addis, at Therese Addis. I'm sure I'm just totally saying that wrong. But anyway, she says, okay, I have a question for today's live. What steps do you take to create a consistent mindset even in the face of not meeting personal or business goals? And I want to just tell you how exciting this is, because this question actually ties into a lot of things that I have learned from my husband. You will hear him in the background. He's blending up his spinach soup for the day. Okay, so here's the backstory on my husband. When he was 12 years old, he actually was overweight, severely overweight. He weighed, oh gosh, if I can remember right, almost 300 pounds. Maybe he got to 300 pounds. I can't remember, at 12 years old. And that was a moment for him. There came a point where he decided he wanted to make a change. He wanted to be someone who was athletic. He was athletic, but he was just like always finding himself out of breath and like he wasn't healthy. So he went on a diet that really wasn't even the healthiest diet. Now, if you look at it, it wasn't like healthy, but it was a change in a positive change in the direction. And what he started when he started this diet, and I promise I'm going to get back to the question because it actually does relate. When he started this diet, he started incorporating habits that have changed his life. Habits. The first few habits were pretty generic and they were simple rules. They were like, I'm not going to eat gluten. Actually, it wasn't even gluten. It was white flour. He's not going to eat white flour. He wasn't going to eat white sugar, and he wasn't going to eat, what else was it? I think that might have been even it. Maybe dairy at the beginning or something. So kind of a generic, like, here's my rules. And that created some habits for him. He's very ritual oriented. And when I've watched him through the years, because I actually met him when we were 15, I was 14 when I met him and he was 15. I've watched him through the years have habits that have carried his health to the place that it is now. And his health is in a place now where it's better than it's ever been. And that is because he's incorporated habits. So for me, when I'm looking at, and I'm being very specific with this story because creating a mindset of success isn't something that we can just do every single day. It has to be built in with habits that we have for ourselves. So for me, it's in the morning time, usually between 8 and 9 a.m. That is like in my calendar, it says personal development. That is a time I'm listening to podcasts. I'm listening to YouTube videos. I'm listening basically to people who are happier, healthier, more successful, have more money, make more money, have better relationships. I'm listening to those people first thing in the morning. And it's not something that I wish, it's not something that it's a habit that has created the ability to withstand kind of those everyday challenges. Does that make sense? So all this to say, the mindset and stability of mindset is going to come from habits you have built into your day. And if you don't yet have a place, and maybe that place isn't even like a physical place, but it's a place like you put on your headphones and you're cooking dinner for your family. And that is your special sacred place that you go to every single day to do personal development. Let it be a time of refueling. Let it be a time of like invigorating for you. And if you can do that and build it into your lifestyle, you will have the mental stamina to come up when these hard days come and you're not having, achievement of your business growth goals and you are struggling just thinking, is it worth it? Is network marketing viable? Do these oils work? You're having those doubts that I honestly think everyone has at some point in their business. If you haven't created a sustainable system through habits to keep yourself as a safeguard, that's the difference. So I know that's kind of a generic answer, but I've learned so much from Eli on that way. You guys are awesome. Okay, so let's talk about suggestions for Happy Meal. So Journeys with Elle, thank you for asking this. Happy Mail is one of those things that I like to use as a form of contribution. So when I'm looking at every relationship in, maybe it's with a prospect or somebody in my team, somebody that I've enrolled, trying to think, how can I make sure that I'm staying connected? Now, I can't do this for everyone, obviously, you know that, but primarily I look at personally enrolled list and I make sure that I am moving those people forward and then supporting business builders in my team, whether I've enrolled them or not. So with that being said, there is a website called discoverlsp.com. There's also a website called, hold on, I'm dropping stuff right here. There is a website that Aaron Rodgers runs, and I think it's called the Oily Supply Store. There are some fun diffuser recipes. There's some fun stuff. I like to throw in a little bit of fun stuff with some education. So these I got from Discover LSP. And I see some people on my team watching. If you guys need some of these, I have some extra. These are the Gentle Baby handouts. They have a lot, basically broken down information of what's in the Gentle Babies book, but it's just in a little handout. And then I also bought the Animal Sense, and I have tons of these. I just keep them on hand. So if they have fur babies or they have little kids, I'll throw those in. And then I have this box right here that is all about Happy Mail. And I keep it, literally, you can see my little Happy Mail and rollers box. And in it are a bunch of random things that will fit easily into small containers. So have some, and I've shared this multiple times, but little seed packets that I got on Amazon, some tea bags, some fun stickers. The insect repellent wipes are easy to mail. These little toothpaste, these little Thieves toothpaste samples are so fun to mail, super easy. I'm trying to think of what else or look over. These little rollers from Amazon are so fun. They're little teeny tiny ones, and I love them. The Alkaline sticks, also Mighty Pro is easy to mail. So as far as Happy Mail, there are a lot of fun ideas. You can go in even the group Grow on Facebook and just search. Oh, hold on. I got caught. Search Happy Mail and you'll get some ideas. For me, one of the things that I think is really important is you'll have to personally look at your situation and go, okay, am I being strategic with how I'm using Happy Mail, or am I using it as a way to check the box when I'm not actually connecting with the person? I've seen people do that before where they're like, I want to build my business. What's the one thing I can do? Happy Mail. If they send Happy Mail 6 months in a row, but they're not actually connecting with the person, that person's probably going to go inactive if they're not plugged in, connected to education, getting value, feeling connected. So that's something for each of us to analyze. Okay. April asks, when you don't really have money to invest in things for your business building, what do you suggest? Things like Happy Mail or being able to send out samples or welcome packs or oil references. Okay, April, that's a great question. So for me, it's always been a priority to send a welcome kit. If someone orders a kit from me personally, I'm making $50. So I have at some point figured out a way to pay my bills, like get my groceries and pay my house payment before I enrolled those people. So I wasn't relying on the Young Living income. When I enroll someone, I will always spend $25 on them. That is my way of saying, hey, I understand that you have a bajillion people that you could have enrolled with in Young Living and you picked me. Like, there are so many options. And when I enroll someone and they get a note from me that says, thank you so much for picking me, I understand there are a lot of amazing options. Here's a reference tool. And I send this pocket reference. You guys know that. Pocket reference from Life Science Publishing. And I send, some roller bottles or whatnot. It's all in the welcome kit. But I do that because I understand that I want them not just as a one-time sale, but I want them to know I appreciate that sale, and I also want to educate them on their journey. This right here, this pocket reference, isn't just a $25 expense to me. This means they're going to be educated for life if they know how to use this tool. It means that no matter what, in the middle of the night, when they have a problem, they can flip it open and they can see a personal usage directory and they're going, oh, here we go. I'm dealing with this problem. I'll flip to page 282 and figure out an answer. It's empowerment. And this is Essential Rewards. This is longevity in business. I personally don't even care about the $50 bonus. And I'm not just saying that because Young Living pays me a big check. You know what I'm saying? That is not where I want to make my money. I want to make my money from month after month after month orders where they're actually having their life changed from the oils. So for me personally, I'm like, yeah, don't spend what you don't have, for sure. But when you make it, when you enroll someone, spend half of it on them. That's my personal opinion. Of course, you came here for my opinion, right? There are going to be some people in Young Living that will tell you, don't ever have anyone make you feel, badly for not sending a welcome kit. Sure, don't feel bad about it if that's what you really believe you want to do. But if you actually want to impact their life and you actually want to get them set up on a really strong, I think the best way to do that is some education. It doesn't have to be this book. It can be another book. It can be, I've seen Annie Hauser's beautiful handbook to, can't remember it all, but that's a beautiful book. There are other books. It doesn't have to be that book. But I personally think reinvesting that money back in, I think I've made my point. You guys know. And I think you're awesome, April, by the way. So thank you for asking that. Okay, so how do you recommend creating a nourishing group team chat? I've been in team chats that are overwhelming and annoying, and I feel like boundaries are necessary of some sort. I know team chats are highly recommended. So it totally depends on the culture of your team. Some people are overwhelmed, just like you said, like totally overwhelmed by the chats, and some people thrive. I'm watching always. I don't invest a lot in the chats, like as far as like, the ones that I'm in, I don't see, I'm in some chats that I'm invested in because I'm collaborating in those chats, but I'm not, as far as like in my team. And I watch and I just kind of observe and I just kind of, I don't know, I'm just kind of watching because I don't know if I have a very clear answer on it. I could give you my straight up opinion, but it's not super formed and it's not like something I might never go back on, I guess. But I do notice that the people who are in there active and encouraging and throwing suggestions are the ones that are seeming to be moving faster. I will also tell you that there are specific people who have moved through. So for those of you watching who are not in my team, we have like rank chats that are for each rank, and it's like senior stars going for executives going for silver, and so on and so forth. I'm seeing people move through the chats, meaning they're ranking up, and then they're more active in the next one. So the higher ranks, the one that's the most active is silver's going for gold and platinum. Or going for gold and platinum is the most active right now. Second to that is the executives going for silver. Less than that is senior star going for executive, and significantly less than that is stars going for senior star, and significantly less than that is distributors going for star. So I'm noticing a trend, kind of the more invested they are, the more active they are. So maybe there's something to that too. I don't know, but I totally agree. I think there is a desire for it to be kind of boundary related, but it's also really hard to enforce in a chat. Like, here are the rules for the chat. It's like, well, like, I mean, like, no, none of us want to be that guy, right? But at the same time, I get it. So I'm wondering if, Maybe a solution for this, just throwing this out, just an idea, a solution for this is a chat with a specific goal that they opt into for a specific time. So let's say that 3 out of the 5 people that you have that you want thrown in a chat all are wanting to achieve a specific goal this month, which is, or you want to help them dive into their starter kit and use every single oil. You could have some sort of, hey, I'm going to give away this object in this chat. I'd love for you to be a part of it. I'm going to walk you through day by day. It's not going to be a forever thing. It's just going to be 7 days or whatever, and almost do an on-ramp experience through a chat. I've seen that done really well with a clear, hey, this is going to be over in 7 days, so that you have the opportunity, I don't know, to create that community without it being overwhelming, because that's a really good point. So yeah, thanks for asking that. Sorry, I don't have anything better. Better or more, I don't know, more obvious. Okay, thanks for opening this up to people enrolled for people enrolled under others. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. I'm so glad that you're in here. And that's my goal of this 30 minutes, is just to pour out as much value and information as I can. And I know that we all learn from different people. You know I have benefited so much just by watching YouTube videos of other diamonds before I was like anybody in Young Living, before anybody knew who I was. It was like, I would just go in there and just like watch like people and learn from them. So I'm happy to be able to give back in this way. And if you don't vibe with me, that's fine. You can go find someone else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go vibe with like another diamond. I don't care at all. I'm just excited to give. Okay. Yay. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. Shalimar. Yes. 3 business builders and wanting to encourage and support. That's perfect. Love it. Okay, on the flip side, how do you get a quiet group more active? Our product education page is so quiet. I'm trying to add value in my post, but totally get the cricket treatment. Okay, I'm going to fill you in on a secret right now that's going to blow your mind. I know I'm not supposed to say that. Expand your consciousness. This is something that I've recently learned, and like it is changing everything for me. So when someone asks me a question in a private way, in a private place, they ask me, hey, I have a question. Will oils, kill every bacteria, not just the good ones, or not just the bad ones? And should I take oils if I'm trying to avoid growing bad bacteria? That question is something that you're probably going to have to go on a little bit of a rabbit trail to answer. This is The Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Simple, by the way. Also available, I think, on Amazon. But you're going to have to go on a rabbit trail, right? And you're going to be putting out that information. And if you're not careful, you'll do what I did for the last 2 years, which is go answer that question in a private message and never take it to a public place. Sometimes the post will flop, okay? So you make up this post, you're like, are all essential oils going to kill all bacteria? You make up this post and it's going to flop. Nobody's going to read it. 3 people will say this is awesome, whatever. But other times there's a question that will be asked that you didn't know was so popular. You didn't know people were dealing with it. This happened to me last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. But one of my friends reached out and said, hey, I want to do an armpit detox. I want to use natural deodorant. I need some guidance. This is an area I know nothing about. And I thought I could go do the rabbit trail research, because I don't know anything about that, and figure it all out and then tell her directly. Or I could say, hey, I'm going to post this in the group today and I'll tag you. Well, little did I know that would be a really popular post. Everyone was thinking about it. Everyone was questioning it. And when I posted that information, everybody was all about it. So it was really cool to see, okay, if we can take the conversations that we're having one-on-one and use them as a metric to move to a public platform, it's going to help more people. So not only does it give you the opportunity to tag the person, then you get your automatic comment, your first comment automatically done, because you can comment their name, you tag them. You also give the opportunity for more people to learn, and you're providing value in a way that you might now know is like a bigger way. Now, if you don't have people asking questions, maybe we have to start at a square one, right? Maybe we have to go back a little bit and say, oh, okay, people aren't asking questions because we're not bringing new people in. Our new member count is really low. How can we educate more people? Well, first we have to inspire people to want to invite people. How do we help them do that? We have to help them fall in love with their oils. So then we go back to all of our zero PV members and we ask, hey, what oils from your starter kit have you not used yet? Where are you feeling like you are overwhelmed? Why did you get oils? How's that going? Here's a little diffuser recipe card, helping them fall in love with their oils to help them move into being an Essential Rewards member. to help them fall in love with their oils, to where they want to share with their mom? Do they have their referral link? So starting at an earlier phase, if we're not bringing new members in, we're not, the question really isn't how can we get an active group, right? The question that we're really asking is how can we get more people in the group faster? So I'm always playing around with that. And there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. We're always just brainstorming, thinking, how can we move this train forward faster? So for me and my team, we have, like speaking of right now, and I'll use conscious language here, we are really, really good at the education piece. When people get in our team, they are pretty much there to stay. Like we do have people go inactive, but most of the time we have a really high essential rewards rate. We're really good at that. The piece that I've been focusing on for the last year is how can we help increase enrollments? And it's happening, and that's so exciting, and I'm like so stoked. I mean, just there's a planting season and there's a harvest season, just like we all know. And so to see that harvest season kind of coming around is encouraging. So if it doesn't happen for you, if this is where you're at and you're like, yeah, that's where we need to focus, it's okay. Give yourself some time, start working on it, start putting together some things. Do you have a thing that everyone knows they can invite to? Is it a Facebook prospect group? Is it a video on YouTube? Is it Sarah Harnish's video on YouTube? Something that everyone knows they can invite to if they're not ready to teach their own class. Or maybe you're teaching consistent classes on every Thursday night. And that's what you just promote as the intro class, the intro class, the intro class, over and over and over and over again to multiple people, right? So yeah, that is a good question, and I really love that. And I went off on a little rabbit trail again with that. So, okay, the hippie Martha, love your name, by the way. What topics do you talk with on your weekly chats with your biz people? So we have a skills training, which is on Monday nights, and it is 30 minutes specifically for business. And typically we rotate through. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Where's my book? Here we go. Typically we rotate through the 7 chapters of this book, GoPro. The 7 or it's actually not. There's more chapters, but the seven skills of network marketing, and we train on that specifically. We're actually doing something a little bit different when I'll explain to you right now. So skill number 1, finding prospects. So that would be 1 week's focus. The next week is inviting prospects to understand the product or opportunity. The next one is presenting your product or opportunity to your prospects. Skill number 4, following up with your prospects. Skill number 5, helping your prospects become customers or distributors. Or skill number 6, helping your distributor get started. Or skill number 7 is promoting events. So if you go to your workbook and you open it up to, let's see, we're in May. Open it up to page you go to page 47. Those topics are actually listed on the side for business inspiration, how to train business builders and what to train on. Now, what we're working on right now is, in our skills training, is actually walking through the new Rise booklet that Young Living put out. It's in the virtual office under member resources under Rise. It's like start your business or whatever. We're chopping that up into 3 different weeks. So it's the first one's Live It, I believe. And then it's love it and share it or something like that. We're taking those 3 sections and kind of breaking it down for a new business builder launch. So we're taking a little bit of a break from our GoPro skills training. But it is that those are kind of the topics that we rotate through, and I'm open to modifying that as needed. I'm kind of always keeping a pulse on the group and like who's jumping on, who's finding value, how we can make it better. One of the things that I've been dreaming about doing is, maybe in that same rotation of of the skills training, we add in a compensation plan training, and we add in for another week a strategic placement, just to kind of get that going. Or maybe we add in a silver bound bonus structure. All of these, of course, are just ideas we can throw as they come, as we're needed. But I have found that just having a consistent time has been the biggest thing. Like Monday nights at 7:30, Monday night skills training, Monday night skills training. I probably said that like 1,000 times in the last month, and I'm fine with that because it's like something I can always go back to. When I was starting my business, I did not do those kinds of things. I was literally just like, okay, on this month we're going to promote this, and it's just random, and it was working at the time that I could talk to everyone. But now I can't talk to everyone, and I definitely can't talk to everyone every week. So it's like, because it's kind of built in consistently, if somebody wants it, they know it's there. Yeah, okay. That's fun. Can you jump in anytime with the Diamond Workbook, or does each workbook connect to the previous? No, that's a perfect question. You can jump in at any time. They're all quarterly. So if you like to see everything kind of laid out, but let me show you the new one, which by the way, they're all being picked up on Thursday. They're for July through September. They're really, really fun. And we're going to start doing some more like explaining of all this on this account, so you can see the inside. And for people who are like, I know I have not done a good job promoting it. I just have not spent time promoting this workbook. And that's fine. It's just not been a priority, but it would go a long way if I just snap a few pictures and put in some info and like show the inside more. So anyway, this is what's coming out for July. We're back to horizontal, and I just want to show you quickly how I'm so pumped. I really love I'm sorry, when I said horizontal, I meant vertical. I'm really excited because there were a lot of people who liked this feature, or this is like a master plan. This is your master plan for the month of July. And then when you go into the actual week, it actually has specific habits written out for each habit. So Expand Network, there's 5 things to do for Expand Network. For Engage Network, there's 5 things to do. For Expand Team, 5 things to do. And Engage Team, 5 things to do. Oh, and of course, personal development. There's links to 5 videos. And then a place to keep stats and all that. And that, is the same kind of structure, but it gives a little bit more direction as far as here's exactly what to do. And then just like always, we still have here's who I'm going to enroll. Here's how I'm going to do it. And then same thing for 0 PV, Central Rewards. You guys know all that good stuff. So that was a great question. You can jump in at any time for sure. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, I love the Rise booklet. Did you print them and mail them? Have everyone download their own? I'd love to buy copies. Oh, that'd be fun. I've never printed them yet. I have an iPad, so I do it on there, and I can write on there with my, special iPencil or whatever, but I just suggested to everyone if they wanted to print it, they could just go online and print it themselves. I just joined the business side this month, and I'm a little overwhelmed how to start all of this. Any suggestions on where to start to be successful? Megan, you're so sweet, and I love that question. Yes, I have suggestions. Here's the thing. I'm a personality who jumps in and goes all in, and I'm dive deep with everything I do. And so for me, and I had a lot of extra time at the time that I started my business because I was just me and a little baby. We were just doing our thing. So for me, it was like every single day I would wake up, watch YouTube videos, learn, grow, just like everything. I was signing up for everything, and that was perfect because I don't get overwhelmed easily. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, then I think simplifying it to, hey, every single day, I'm going to listen to personal development. I'm going to do a 5-minute task for engaging my network. I'm going to do a 5-minute task for expanding my network. I'm going to do a 5-minute task for engaging my current team, if I have one, if applicable, and I'm going to do 5-minute task for expanding my team. Those 5 habits are what I would stick with. And if your upline has groups and they're giving information on, hey, here's something to go do, just funnel it into that system. Like, okay, good. She's telling me to go and learn how to use hashtags. If you learn how to use hashtags, this is going to build into your expanding your network. So that is your task for that. So if you can stick to those habits, just make that your only thing that you do during nap time or whatever, lunchtime, whatever your lifestyle. If you can make those 5-minute tasks fit into those things, you're going to be off and running. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. So I hope that's helpful, just to clarify it. It doesn't have to be a 5-minute task. If you have 20, if you have 30, do that. That's fine too. Yay, Lee, mom of 3. I'm so glad that you love I'm so glad you love your new workbook. I feel the same way. When the truck pulls up with all of them, I always just have this little flutter in my stomach, like, oh, I'm so excited. And I just love the new feeling of a new book. And that's honestly, I've had some questions like, why don't you do yearly? I've considered it, but at the same time, for business, I feel like we don't want to set goals for the year. I mean, yes, we do, but we want to be focused on the quarter, and we want it to be portable. We want it to be small. We want it to be able to feel easy and light. And if our kids, let's be honest, if our kids spill coffee on it, like, it's not going to be over. So anyway, yay, Brittany, I'm so glad you love it. So cool. Yay. Would this be good if I'm just starting out? I'm assuming that you mean the workbook. You know, the workbook works for different people, different personalities, and what different. I don't want to say, yes, absolutely, this is what you need, because I don't want to sell a system. I want to sell you on the fact that you are successful and you can do this. If you look at this and you're like, that looks fun and I think I could do that, then heck yeah. It's definitely not only geared towards upper ranks. It's going to work for whatever. But don't let me sell you on a system. Let me sell you on you. Yay, good, April. That's exciting. Oh, good. Okay, I see this, meaning the Diamond Workbook. Oh, that's awesome. Quarterly's everything. Thank you so much for these lives. You're so welcome, Allison. Thank you. You said you would watch YouTube videos. Who would you recommend looking at for those videos? Okay, awesome. This will be my last question. Oh, actually, we had 2 questions in the chat, so I will go through those. We'll go a little bit over today. I would always look at people who, authors that I would read and be inspired by, like Dale Carnegie or Eric Worre or Tony Robbins or honestly, Bob Proctor, John Maxwell. I would find those people, and then I would say interview with. And if I say interview with that person, I would find usually a hub of a bunch of interviews of people who were similar to them. So I could listen to someone interview Bob Proctor, but then that same interviewer would interview new people that I would get exposed to. So really, there's so many people, so many wise people. As you start listening, you'll be like, yes, this person's vibing with me or not. Okay, let's answer some questions real quick. I post on my story all the time about oils. How do I catch people's attention with the oils to get them interested in it? This is a really great question, Sarah. Thank you so much for asking it. Personally, I feel very convicted in this question because just the last few days I posted more about my business and oils than I have my personal life. It's important to me that people see the fun side of me, that people get to know me as well as the oils. They won't be interested in the oils if they don't find me interesting. Unless they're just automatically interested in the oils, which is great. I'll take that. Most people aren't. Most people need to be They need someone to help them be interested in the oils. They're not just automatically interested. But if I'm cool and then I'm using oils and they like me, they're going to be like, I want to use oils. I got this Yeti cup. I think I saw it from an influencer who had it and I was like, I like her. I want that cup. Subconsciously, that's what my brain did. So post about yourself, post about, get on your screen, post about, talk about funny stories that happen, silly things that happen, show your everyday life when things make you smile or feel fuzzy inside. When you light your sage, like if you're like me, and you light your sage every day and you're like literally sitting here. This is me like every day. I'm sitting here and I'm lighting my sage and I'm like, I love the smell of sage. And I start seeing like the smoke. I actually did a really bad job getting that one. And I see the smoke like start coming up, you know, like, oh, that's so pretty. That would look so cool on a boomerang. And I just do a quick little boomerang of my sage. It's not much. It's just a habit. It's just a habit built into, you know, that like, this is part of what I love. So yeah, I would say post more about you. If as a blanket statement. Okay, yay, last question here. I just started the business. Oh, good. Okay, so actually, Megan, yes, good. You asked it in the comments and then also in the question box, so perfect. And we already answered this one. So thank you guys so much. We're out of time for today. And if you have questions that I didn't get answered, please message this account and ask the questions, and we'll get to it next week. Same time, same place. Tuesday at 2 Central. I look forward to seeing you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Mwah.